Alrighty. So our warm-up, I think, is 4 questions again. I don't remember exactly. Alrighty. Oh, it's 5 questions. So number 1, what is 30% as a decimal? So think about how to convert a percent to a decimal. Then number 2, if you walked 90 yards in 4 hours, how fast were you walking? So that's a unit rate. How fast can you walk, or how far can you walk in 1 hour? The next one, prime factorization of 90. Number 4 is converting a percent to a fraction this time. And then our last one is a division of fractions problem. So I will play a little bit of music and give you guys about 7 minutes or so, like normal. Go ahead and mute your mics so I can hear a couple of you guys rustling around over there, wherever you are. A few more minutes on this one. About 1 more minute to finish up.
Can I go get a drink real quick?
Yep, totally.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president. I approve this message.
You don't need to listen to Joe Biden talk. It's okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and just go over these. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our Google Meet. Sneeze. All right. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see all these? We're good?
We can't see 1 and 2.
Can't see 1 and 2?
See half of it, but not all of it.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So let's start with number 1. We're taking 30% and we need to change it to a decimal. So first step, get rid of the percent sign. You don't need it anymore. So we get rid of our percent sign. Now we need to take this 30 and figure out where our decimal was. Where's the decimal in the number 30?
Behind the 0.
Behind the 0. And then to change this 30% to a decimal, we take our decimal and move it 2 places to the right or to the left.
To the left.
To the left. 1, 2. And our answer is 30 hundredths. Done. How'd you guys do? Good? Bad?
Good.
Did all right? Good. Number 2. This person is walking? Were they walking? I don't remember. They're going 90 yards in 4 hours. That is really not far. What are they doing?
They're probably taking teeny tiny baby steps.
Yeah, apparently because
That's walking a football field in 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. They are walking. Maybe it's like a snail. I don't know. They're walking very, very slow. 90 yards in 4 hours. Let's figure out how far they're going to go in 1 hour. How do I do that? How do I figure that out?
Divide it.
Divide. You're going to take how far they went, 90 yards, and divide it by how many hours they walked. So 90 divided by 4. Does 4 go into 9?
Yeah, no?
It does. How many times?
No.
2.
2.
2. Thank you. 2 times 4 is 8. We subtract and get 1. Drop down our 0. Does 4 go into 10?
2 times.
Twice again. 8 minus 0. Oops, sorry. 10 minus 8 is 2. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, we can finish this out. It becomes a decimal. We can add a decimal and a 0. And if you add a decimal underneath, always make sure you bring it up to the top. And let's drop down this other 0 here. Does 4 go into 20?
5 times.
5 times. And it goes in evenly. So whoever is walking super slow is going 22.5 yards per hour.
That might be 9 miles, but in a different country. Not in a different country.
I don't know.
In a different planet where all
Yeah,
the aliens walk slow.
It might be, but that's not very fast at all. 22.5 yards per hour is like walking a little bit of a football field in
It's
an
like
hour.
walking the whole time of school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really slow. Anyway, let's look at number 3. We're doing the prime factorization of 80, which means that we're going to do our factor tree of 80. So we need to start by figuring out what numbers multiply to 80.
10 times 8.
10 and 8. Good. Neither of these are prime. We cannot circle them. So let's start with 10. What numbers go into 10? What
5
multiplies?
and 2.
5 times 2. Are either of these prime?
Both of them are.
Yeah.
Both. 2 is and 5 is. The only numbers that multiply to 2 and 5 are 1 and itself. Now let's look at 8. Good.
4.
4 times 2. We know that 2 is prime. 4 is not. What goes into 4?
2 and 2.
2, and 2. Good. So now this is a factor tree. It's not our prime factorization. How do I change these numbers to be a prime factorization?
But you're lining them up.
Putting them into an equation of multiplication.
Yeah, you have to just line them up and multiply them.
Is this like a review of what we've been doing this quarter?
Yeah, our warm-ups are always a review. We always just circle back to things we've been doing before. That's the plan. So our prime factorization is 5 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You don't have to multiply them out. This multiplication sentence is your answer on this one.
8.
All right. Now number 4, 56%. We're going to change it to a fraction. This one, the steps are you take off the percent sign, put the number over 100, and simplify. So we're going to start by taking away the percent sign. Then we need to make it a fraction by putting it over 100. So now we have a fraction. Technically, we could be done, but what have we talked about? What we always need to do when we see fractions from now on?
Simplify.
Simplify. So what number will go into 56 and 100?
3? Wait, no.
Yeah, 3 doesn't go into them. Not 3. Any other ideas?
8?
8 doesn't go into 100. Go a little smaller. Start small. We can do it in steps.
2.
2 will go in for sure. Let's start with 2. Okay, so what's 56 divided by 2?
28.
28. Good. And then 100 divided by 2?
50.
50. Good. Now we can go a little bit further. What number will go into both 28 and 50?
2?
2 again. So let's go ahead and go with 2 again. So 28 divided by 2?
14.
14. And what's 50 divided by 2?
25.
25.
5. Can we simplify that one any farther? 14 25ths?
Yeah. No.
Final answer?
No.
No, this one's as simplified as it can go. 25 is hard to simplify any farther than 25. So 14 25ths is our final answer on that one. Okay. And number 5, our last one. We have 2 fractions. We're going to divide them. What's the thing I need to do?
KCF, isn't it?
KCF.
Oh, it's a KFC on accident.
Keep change flip. I know we all want some KFC, but unfortunately we don't have those around here. So
Yeah.
KCF, keep change flip. So we're going to keep 8 ninths. Change division to what?
Multiplication.
Good, multiplication. And then we're going to flip 2/3 to become
B2. However you pronounce it.
3 over 2, 3 halves. And then we need to multiply straight across. What's 8 times 3?
1. 24.
24. And 9 times 2?
18.
18.
18. So again, technically we're done, but this is not simplified. We need to simplify. How do I simplify an improper fraction?
Making it a mixed number fraction.
Yes, but how?
Divide it.
What? I heard it.
Divide it.
We have to divide. Take 24 and divide it by 18. So 24 divided by 18. How many times does 18 go into 24?
One time.
Once. Subtract and you get 6. So remember, the amount of times it goes in completely is your whole number. So we have 1. The remainder, what's left over, is your numerator, goes on top. And what you divided by is your denominator, goes in the bottom. Still not completely done, but 1 will stay the same, but we can simplify 6/18 a little bit farther. What number would go into both 6 and 18?
2.
Go with 2. There's a bigger one. Can you guys think of the bigger one?
4.
4 doesn't go into 6.
6.
6. 6 will go into both. So let's divide by 6 this time. Okay, so our 1 stays the same. That doesn't change. But what's 6 divided by 6?
1.
1.
And 18 divided by 6.
3. 3.
3. So our answer here is 1 1/3. Ooh, that was a lot for today. That's all right though. We got time. So, how'd you guys do on those overall? Pretty good? Bad?
Good.
Yeah.
Did all right?
Good, except for number 4.
Except for number 4? That's all right. We're still working on that standard. I'm going to check my attendance really quick just to make sure I have everybody here. And then we're going to finish up that chart we were working on yesterday. So we have, I think, a couple more problems to do where we have the decimal and we need to change it to a fraction and a percent.
Wait, what table thingy you said?
It's not on Google Classroom or anything. It's just a thing I put up on the screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
My computer wasn't letting me join the other 2 classes after the first class, so I don't know what happened.
That's all right. Okay, got everybody. I'll present my screen and share this share the chart I'm talking about. Alrighty, so the chart looks like this, right? We started yesterday, we spent quite a bit of time working on percent and changing those to a fraction and a decimal. Then we spent some time taking our fractions, changing them to a decimal and a percent. This time, we're going to take our decimals, change them to a fraction and a percent. So I'm going to erase the board and get this chart written up. So give me a second here. If you want to start trying them on your own, go for it. Okay, I think I got them all written up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back over to my screen and get this going. So the best way, well, a little bit, okay. Are we still good? Can we see it all?
Yeah.
All right. The best way to do this, for me at least, I like to start by taking our decimals and changing them to percents first. It's one of the easier ones. And then I like to take the percents and change the percents to fractions. I think that's the easiest way. Take your decimal to a percent to then to the fractions. So these all kind of intermix together. There's no getting away from one or the other. So let's start by taking our decimals and changing them to percents. How do I take a decimal and make it a percent?
Move it to the back of the decimal and change it to a percentage sign.
Good. We have to move our decimal 2 times to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2. Our new decimal is at the end of the 35. And then we just add a percent sign. Done. Decimal to percent. Move it twice. Always move it twice. Doesn't matter how many numbers are in your decimal. Always move the decimal 2 times. So our 75, move it twice. Move it 1, 2, 75. And then what do I add at the end?
Percent.
Percent. Okay, try these next 3 really quick. Take about 1 minute. Move your decimal twice. I don't care how many numbers are in your decimal, move it twice no matter what.
Are we doing our quizzes today?
We will. Yep.
on this stuff.
Yep.
Front flips are harder than back flips.
I would not know.
They are. Trust me. Well, they're more dangerous than back flips.
Miss Jones,
Yep.
I can't do all of the first ones.
Pin her screen to your screen.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah, you guys usually have to pin me as like the main one so that I'm the biggest, or else you can't see what I write, unfortunately. Sorry. So let's look at point 8. Our decimal's right here. We need to move it how many times? Always.
2 times.
2 times. Always move it twice. It's not just like, oh, there's only one number, I'm gonna move it once and I'm done. Nope. Always move it twice. But since I moved it twice, I have this weird empty spot. It's the place value, so what do I put here?
A 0.
A 0. Always move it twice. If you have to add zeros, totally fine. So this one is 80%. If you got 8%, then you only move your decimal once. Always move it twice. Good. Twice.
Wait, what? But what about for one that has 0 before the 4? I just put 0.4%.
So you're on the right track, right? So you moved it twice, and you get 0.4%. But technically, when we write numbers that are just like 1, 2, 3, 4, do we have to put a 0 before it?
No.
No. So you just have 4%.
You can, but it would still mean the same thing.
It would. It just, you never really see a 0 before it, right? So it just looks a little funky. So that one is just 4%. What's our last one? How many percent?
65%.
65%. Done with those ones. I think these are some of the easiest ones to do. Just move your decimal, add your percent, right?
Wait, but how do you make it a fraction?
So now we're going to take the percents that we just found and make them fractions. So we just did that in the warm-up, right? You take your 35%. What's the first step? What do I have to get rid of first?
The percent.
The percent sign.
To
And
Oscar Grouch.
To make it a fraction, what do I have to put it over?
100.
100. And then we simplify. What number goes into 35 and 100?
5.
5. What's 35 divided by 5?
7 over
7.
1.
And 100 divided by 5?
20.
20. Good. 7 20th is our fraction there. Okay, let's do one more together, and then I'll have you guys try these other ones. So we have 75%. I'm going to write it out. 75%. What's the first step if I want to change it to a fraction?
You have to you have to give the decimal off Oscar Grouch. I mean the percentage to
Good. Get rid of the percent sign, and then if I'm making it a fraction, what do I have to put it over?
You have to put it over 100.
100. And then we simplify. What number will go into both 75 and 100?
5.
25.
5 and 25. Both work. 25 will go in. It's just faster. But if you choose 5, you just might have to do a couple extra simplifications. Let's do 25. How many times does what is 75 divided by 25?
3.
3
3.
over
Good. 100 divided by 25?
75.
20.
Oh.
Yeah, dividing.
Oh yeah. I was
100
trying to go back.
divided by-
I was subtracting.
Yeah, 100 divided by 25 is 4. Right,
So
so
that's
that's 25. Yeah. So our answer on this one is 3.
There's a lot of fractions equivalent to 3/4.
Yep. It's another major one that you should probably memorize. 75% is 3/4, which is 0.75. Another really big one that you use a lot. So why don't you guys go ahead and do these last 3, take about 4 or 5 minutes. Change our percentages to fractions. Go ahead.
Done.
Cool. We'll do about 1 more minute, and then we'll talk about them, and then we'll do some quizzes.
Are we gonna? Can we do a fun one too?
Yep, there's a few fun ones in there.
What are the fun ones?
Sports.
I just wanted a sports one time. And then the rest you can then the rest. We should take turns picking one fun one every week.
We can think about it. Yeah.
Let's do that. Out every week. That way we all pick, and then even you pick one week too. Of
I
whatever.
pick most of the time. That's why I chose like the Disney stuff.
Yeah, like you can pick a fun one. Like every time we do quizzes, we switch off doing picking a fun one.
Yeah, we can try and do that.
Okay.
I'm down for that. All right, let's go over these so that we can play some quizzes. So we have 80%. 80%. First step, get rid of what on this?
Give the percent to Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, throw that in the trash. Then, now that we're changing it to a fraction, what do I put it over?
100.
100. And then what number is going to divide into both 80 and 100?
4.
We do 4. Okay, what's 80 divided by 4?
20.
20. And what's 100 divided by 4?
25.
25. Okay. Can we
Not done.
simplify farther?
Yes.
Yeah. What number goes into both 20 and 25?
5.
5. Good. So what's 20 divided by 5?
4.
And 25 divided by 5?
5.
5. Good. That's as simplified as that one goes. So 4/5 is our
I have
answer.
all the answers right there.
How'd you guys do on that one? Good? Good? All right.
I got all the answers on here.
Okay, let's do the next one. The next one is 4%. 4%. First step, get rid of our percent sign. Don't need it anymore. And since we're changing it to a fraction, this needs to go over what number?
100.
100. It's always 100. Doesn't matter what number you have on top. Always 100. Even this is like, if this is like 140, you're still going to put it over 100. You'll just simplify it a little bit differently, right? So, what number goes into both 4 and 100?
4.
4. Good. What's 4 divided by 4?
1.
1 and 100 divided by 4.
25.
25. 1/25 is your answer on that one.
I got 2/50ths.
Okay, so 2/50ths would be if you took 4 over 100 and divided it by 2, right? You got that?
Yeah.
But 2 will go into 2 and it goes into 50.
Oh yeah.
So if you divide by 2, you get the 1/25.
Oh,
on that
I
one.
messed that one up.
So you just need to simplify just a tidbit farther. Alrighty, and our last one, 65%. First step, get rid of what?
The percentage.
Whoa, wow.
Sorry, can't control the sound. And then put it over what number?
100.
100, good. Now we need to simplify. What number is going to go into both 65 and 100?
5.
5 will go into both. Good. 65 divided by 5. That's not one of our facts, but what is it? Do you guys get that?
13.
It's 13. Good. Over what's I just give you the answer. 100 divided by 5 is what?
20.
20.
You saw it. I put it backwards. It was backwards. Look. See how these ones are backwards? I wrote it
can't see
backwards
you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I can't see you.
on my screen. All the answers are backwards, so I had to write my answer backwards so it would be normal.
Oh, it like switches it.
Like switch to one.
Yeah, when I am writing stuff on the board, since I record these videos to put on Schoology, right, so you guys can watch them later, I have to pin myself, so I'm like staring at myself. I can't see any of you guys when I'm on this part. Yeah.
I'm getting
Good.
it.
All right.
That must be really frustrating. Yeah.
Wait, how many quizzes are there?
I have 2. And it is a little bit frustrating to not be able to see you guys, but most of you guys don't have your cameras on anyway, so I just stare at the black screen. But I'm never going to force you guys to turn your cameras on.
I
Trust.
don't like cameras.
Yeah, I'm aware that it's just like some parents don't want you guys on camera, which is totally fine. Some of you guys don't like to be on camera. I'm not going to lie, it took me a little while to get used to the fact that I had to do have my camera on and do all of this in front of the camera.
I was excited to have my camera on. Like, it was just the same for me.
Yeah. Some people are fine with it. Some people aren't.
Because it's kind of like hangout.
I'm not a social person.
All right.
I'm also really camera shy, so I kind of hate cameras.
Yeah. So I have no issue with it.
Lottie, you literally
So-
took my picture at Meteor Crater.
That's different.
Okay. Let's go play quizzes.
I still have a photo.
I still have those, but they're hidden somewhere.
Hi.
I still have mine. It's in my wallet.
Hi.